Hi guys, it's Molly with Soul School Spiritual Guidance and Healing. I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. I did not get a message out to you guys on Monday because there just wasn't one coming. I was so surrounded by fairy energy, but it really was just for me. I've been having a lot of really good talk with my guides. And I actually had a wonderful interaction with another reader that I have a tremendous amount of respect for, who just kind of gave me a little channeled message about my healing process having taken so long, because I really do feel that way. So if you guys don't know, you can skip ahead if you just want to get to the reading. We're going to talk about Moldavite and whatever else wants to come through. But basically, I'm going to say between the months of September 2020 and December 2020, there was just a dramatic dissolution, like dissolvement of a lot of things that were very, very close to my heart. I lost a lot of friendships for standing up and doing what I know is the right thing. I lost a lot of friendships and it hurt. It hurt. It hurt so much, you guys. And I want to go out there. I want to meet new people. But I have been very aware of just how really, really guarded I am, okay? It's hard to go through that kind of heartache at this age, right? Just getting that reading from somebody saying, Molly, your healing process has taken this long because it needed to, and to validate that for me was really, really, really important. But I just mentioned that here to let you guys know that my own spiritual development has always been bound up in the readings that I do for you guys. There have been times, look at this Page of Swords pop out, and we're going to take him too. There have been times where I had to step away from the readings because I was like, whoa, this is getting to some really deep stuff that I need to step back and process, right? I can't teach you calculus while I'm learning calculus. I could try. But it's just a matter of having to prioritize what I'm going through personally. And I appreciate that you guys have patience for me while I do that. Let's talk about clarity. Okay, you guys, right before I do this reading, I pulled up my third eye music and I was seeing a gem. Did I have one of those? Or am I going to? I'm seeing a vision of it. It's like kyanite, but it's green. And I looked that up, and moldavite is like the closest that I could get. But they're showing me it's like a thin, and it almost like hangs on a necklace. I don't know, you guys. And I feel like it's mine. But as I search my memory, I'm like, I don't think I ever had a necklace like that. Maybe I will. Every now and then, I just know that it's time to go get a new rock. Where's my malachita? I just got some malachite last week because I was just like, oh, I need this rock in my life. So moldavite, I looked up moldavite, and that's what I think they're showing me. Moldavite is really good for clarity with visions and self-reflection, okay? And I feel like that's what she's here doing. This is the Page of Swords. She is cloaked in pink, which is a color that represents self-love, right? And she's holding this sword up to say, this is my truth. And I need to unpack what the rest of the card is doing here. Okay, this is kind of, there's some scenery here that's like conflating with other sceneries that I have been subjected to lately. This is a caravan. And this is a caravan, how can I say this? All right, this is somebody who was on a path with a group of people. They were a caravan. They were traveling. I've been playing Fallout 4, okay? I'm just like, I caved. I haven't played video games in years, but it was a part of me that needed to come out. All right. And you know, if you play Fallout 4, you know, like you're like, oh no, it's a wrecked caravan, and you see like carts and people just kind of like laying around, and you can kind of go through and scavenge that area. Look at this, you guys, there are piles and piles of skulls. What they're telling me here, okay, wow, all right, okay, is that this person was traveling through, let's just call it the wasteland, because that's always what your environment is called when you're playing Fallout. It's a post-nuclear apocalyptic landscape, okay? And it's not as bleak as it sounds. So this person is traveling through a wasteland. It's all black and white. It's like just not where you want to be. It's not the most fertile and abundant path to be on, but you're on it with a whole bunch of people, right? What happened to the other people? You came to a realization. Whoever this pink person is, okay? If that's you or if that's somebody else. This is somebody, basically, they're showing me eyes and ears here, okay? And about leaping over, I understand. Okay, basically, you guys, this is a situation. Imagine being in a group of people, traveling with a group of people. You all kind of sort of, all right, you sort of have like a destination, but it's very unconscious. Okay? It's very unconscious. Like, I don't know, we just keep showing up at the same places, doing the same things. Like, it's just very unconscious. Like I said, there's not a lot of fertility in this scene. It's very dead. It's very dry. Okay? But this person, out of self-love or in the process of stepping into self-love, begins to observe something. They see something that the others don't see. They're using their eyes and ears. They're being perceptive. And whatever they perceived, it literally allows them to leap over the situation that left all of their comrades just like it's a pile of skulls. It's a pile of skulls. Man, oh man, I don't know who's driving this car, but it's okay. Just the way that the guides are communicating with me right now is fun. They're making it a mystery. They know me. That's how I get to the bottom of things. You make it a mystery. Man, and there's more and more people coming. This is like unconscious masses. Somebody figured out something that allowed them to leap over whatever it is that took everybody else out. And now I need to know what this is. Now I need to know what this is. Because look at this. Look at this. It looks like there's this like carpet, this checkered carpet that has just been laid out for this person, and they just walk right through, like they just walk right through this ambush. It's some sort of like ambush. Basically, like everybody else in this caravan has been wiped out. There, I mean, how do I say that in a way that's not there? It's like there's an energetic deadness to it. They're not like physically dead, but their energy is, it almost like, I almost want to say that this attack is a depletion of energy. This attack is an attempt to get energy from others. And there are others who have been exhausted by this, and yet others, there's always more supply. There's always more supply. Whatever was pulled over on these people, that they got attacked and their energy taken from them, there are more lining up in the background, right? So whoever or whatever phenomenon is behind this attack, it's a psychic attack. Oh shit, okay, it's a psychic attack. And I feel like it's coming after mass groups of people. And there are some that have not arrived to that yet. But whoever or whatever is behind it, I don't even feel like it's like there's that card's, okay. This deck, I pulled up, I was called to the past life oracle cards, but it's not really talking to me. I did get high priest or priestess. Okay. Let's do this. Let's pull out of this deck. Okay. You guys, I don't know why I'm getting like mass media. Okay. I don't get the idea that it's like a person that's orchestrating something or doing the attacking. I feel like it is there's almost like a collective, like it's an energy. I feel like, can we please be more specific? Because I want to get to the bottom of it. But you know how sometimes, like, the message starts to take you in, like, a creepy way. And you're like, oh, no, where are we going, Spirit? What? Okay, I have 2 questions in my mind, and that's why nothing's coming out. What was the attack? That's what this. They're coming after the high priest and priestess. Can you show me what was this attack? What's the energy behind this attack? What is the energy behind this attack? I got scriber writer, so it does make me feel like it's this, that there's like, I'm getting the phrase fear campaign again. The Tower and the Ace of Wands. All right, this deck's gonna talk to us today. And everything's falling out. Okay. Thanks for your patience, you guys. This, whatever this energy is that's orchestrating these attacks, here, you guys, here's what I'm seeing. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. They are coming after the high priests and priestesses. Okay, because here's what they're showing me now. That's so messed up, though. Have you guys heard about, what's it called? Operation Looking Glass? Have you heard about Operation Looking Glass? It's this thing that it's like a, I think it's a CIA, it's like a big government, like top secret conspiracy theory type thing, but I actually really think that there's like a lot of validity in it. That basically, it's on such a scale that I don't fully understand. Like, I don't fully know if I can articulate it, all right? But basically, the idea is that, like, I think it has something to do with CERN, maybe, but it's like the people in charge are, like, running these simulations to, like, observe the timelines, all the possible timelines, right? There is an inevitable moment in the future that represents essentially an awakening. It's a point that's going to prevent the status quo from maintaining itself, okay? There is an inevitability. There is an inevitability in our future on Earth, okay? And this particular inevitability, I'm not going to say what it is because I don't know, is hated by those in power. They would like very much to keep this inevitability from taking place on this planet, right? So what they do is they're really trying to keep us all from awakening. I'm just going to be honest with you. I learned a long time ago. Anytime there's a powerful movement taking place, those in authority are going to study it, they're going to infiltrate it, and they're going to pervert it. They're going to distort it, right? And then what they do is they get all the followers, a bunch of followers, to follow the distorted version in order to be able to discount the authentic version. Okay? Damn, you did do that, didn't you? Okay, and I'm gonna just go ahead and talk about another thing that's been very much in my consciousness that is coming out. Oh my God, this is, you guys. Why is, oh my God, my stomach hurts. Like my whole, my physical body is responding to this message in a very, very interesting way. But it makes sense because one of the things that I have developed as far as my psychic senses goes, is the ability to see the shadow in others. Because you need to. You need to be able to see what is somebody else's unhealed shadow. Because maybe they're compatible with you and your life, and maybe they're not. Okay? But I feel like I can see people's shadows more than they can. But that's what that means. Your shadow is just that part of yourself that you can't clearly see. All right? Why am I going off on 8 different tangents here? All right? We're talking about shadow work. All right, so Teal Swan. You guys, there's a great big controversy around this. The Teal tribe is in full force, okay? If you are a fan of Teal Swan, you might not like what I have to say, okay? I got a little bit into Teal Swan because there's a lot about her message that is very empowering. But I always felt like, there's some shadow in there. There's some great big shadow in there. And I never really understood it until I started watching the documentary that's on Hulu now called The Deep End. And this specifically looks at Teal Swan, basically whether or not she's running a cult. When you get in there and you look at her personality traits, that is an unhealed healer. She's not healing people, she's hurting people. Like, I'm like, I'm willing to present to you the evidence that I've seen, right? And let you make up your own mind. But that's who this is appearing to me as, right? Here are all these masses, and they're walking, and they're looking. Okay, all right. These masses, this line of people, do you realize we got two cards? 2 cards, this whole reading coming out. Oh my gosh. You guys, can you see this line of people in the back? You see how there's like masses of people coming. This is an exodus from the Matrix. Okay? Because they're showing me what's on the other side, and it's a big, that is from a video game. I don't know what that's from. It's almost like a big round canyon that we live inside, and people are finding their way out. People have found their way out of basically just like the Matrix, the way of living that we're trying to dismantle. Okay? So these are people trying to leave the Matrix. They're trying to get woke. They're trying to have a spiritual awakening, right? And there's this point on their path where they're exceptionally vulnerable, and this is where the people come and they do the attacks. This is where the attack is launched from, okay? And it's toxic spirituality. It's get healed quick schemes. Do you know that? Like, have you guys know what I'm talking about? There's so many, and I've even met with clients like this, and it's awful. People that are like, I just want to be fixed now. I just want to be healed now. I just want all this stuff that I've been going through to be over now. I mean, some of the people who follow her, they're very open and honest about their level of desperation in seeking help. And what happens with, and I'm not just targeting Teal Swan, I'm just showing you the picture about how she showed up as a symbol of this, okay? But this is toxic spirituality, and I'm going to let you know. The bigger marketing and production team somebody has, the less they truly care about your healing. I'm so sorry. I'm going to get a lot of flack for that. But you can serve one master, am I right? You can serve one master. What is your priority? Is it fame and fortune, or is it healing people? And yes, there's a way that you can get both, but you can look at somebody and realize which one's truly their priority, okay? Like, there's some really, really devious stuff. I highly recommend that documentary if you're interested, not just in looking into this particular quote-unquote spiritual leader, but what one way that toxic spirituality comes through. okay? I mean, she is an absolute narcissist. And look, there she is again. Doesn't that look like her? I'm sorry, but I even looked at her birth chart and everything. You guys have to understand. All right. This is the Exodus. Oh my God. Look, you see how he's, what's that? Knight of Cups. Okay, the canyon, the canyon. Do you guys see this? The canyon, walking out of the canyon. I think he's just wearing white pants, but it looks like some bare butt cheeks. Just like, hate to see you go, but you look good walking away. And then this, yes, this Knight of Cups. This is what got a lot of us searching. Is just wanting to understand our inner state a little better, wanting to be just like a little more healed, right? Understanding that there's something about this matrix that is not right, okay? And so there are those of us who are trying to leave the matrix, but somehow participating in it gives our energy over, right? So what happens when an exit has been created from the matrix? Will you find a way to sabotage the exit? I felt this way for a long time, but now the cards are letting me know that we really, really, really need to be wary of the spiritual teachings that we are consuming. It is up to us to, what do alchemists do? Break it down to its most basic element and see it for what it is, okay? We really, really, really have to be aware. Because people, these toxic, high dollar, like $5,000 to go to a retreat, $800 to see him speak live, like those kind of spiritual teachers, spiritual leaders, almost always, okay, that makes sense. Oh, you're right. The age of the guru is over. The age of the guru is over. Because especially in the society that we live in now, there's something in these people that drives them towards success and fame. And when they have to choose between integrity and fame, they will choose fame. And there's a lot of, I'm going to go ahead and step it down. I'm not talking about people that are selling out stadiums now. I'm talking about YouTube tarot readers and stuff like that, okay? There are a lot of people who don't realize, I curled my hair today. Man, it's all right. They don't realize that they're being a part of this attack. Like, they don't realize that they are a part of the attackers, right? Because they're not doing their shadow work. They're not doing their shadow work in their process. That's been a big part of my path with reading tarot and running this channel. Is like getting done with a reading and then being like, oh my God, like that's so not in alignment with me. Why did I put that reading out? Why did I approach that with that vibration? That's not me. That's the followers I want to gather. Do you know what I mean? If you go back, which by the way, I don't know how much longer it's all going to be there. It's about time for a reset. If you go back to some of my earliest readings, like there's time I was talking about karmic, twin flame, like all sorts of, not that those things are not important, but I look back and there are times where I was doing readings that I didn't realize were being fueled and filtered by my own biases, my own hopes and wishes, my own just, I don't know. There came a point in my path where I said, look, Molly, darling, are we become the best reader we can be, or are we become the most popular reader we can be? And I'm like, well, we're going to become the best reader we can be. And that meant integrity. That meant like deep diving into what is integrity and how do you bring it into your spiritual practice. Because the number of people who hang on her every word, she says some very, very irresponsible things. And she's not the only one. She's not the only one. Yeah. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you the truth. There's people that come into this lifetime to do good things. And they just never remember who they are, and the good things don't get done, right? And then there's people who come into this life to do bad things cloaked as good. Okay? When I look into that woman's eyes, when I read her aura, the shadow that comes from that space is, I guess, it's not human. She talks about how she's an alien. I mean, come on, you guys are all aliens. But she's one of the ones that we're not, like, me and my crew, she's on the other side. She's on the other side, okay? Like I said, I didn't mean this to be about one person, but tell me that's not her, okay? And because I kind of got into the whole, I went down a rabbit hole last night, and I actually discovered a podcast that really goes into looking at her organization that was done a couple of years ago. So there's lots of information out there if you want to understand what's going on. I think it is important for anybody who is out there seeking spiritual teachers to understand how it could all go wrong. Okay, because the things that I'm seeing in these conversations and comment sections, people will be like, she saved my life. She was there for me when I was at my worst and darkest. And there's just like, she's, Jesus, and she's wonderful. And she'll find you when you're down there, because that's who she's looking for. She's looking for the people that are at their absolute most vulnerable. I had crazy, because like I said, I was looking at this last night, looking at like things that had been written about former friends of hers and stuff like that, and just, it brings up the idea of discernment, of energetically discerning who you're gonna trust. Okay? Because somebody can hand you a list and be like, here's a list of things that you should see in somebody before you trust them. Or like, here's the experiences. Here's my real world rules about who I can trust. Nope. Those aren't going to work anymore. I mean, yeah, they can, right? But they're not enough. They're not enough. If you are a part of this mass exodus from the matrix, you're going to have to begin you are invited to begin to, where does this one come out of? I can't. There's a picture that wants to come out with this, and I don't know what box it's in. To use other forms of discernment. You're going to have to use energetic. And listen, guys, babies, this is what the chakra work is all about. Okay? This is what the chakra work is all about. Your energy body is a sensory organ. It is a perceptory organ. You can take data, tune into it, and be like, what is our analysis? Is this something we trust? Is this something that we don't trust? Okay? Because it used to be like somebody would walk in the room or I meet somebody new, and I'm so like, looking for the positive in everybody, that I'm the kind of person that often it will take me a long time to realize that somebody is not what they seem to be. That's the same girl. Grace and gratitude. And you see me just like, ooh, like, I don't know, I kind of have a gut feeling about that person. And it's not like that anymore. It's like, there is this blanket, this like pocket of energy that it's just, I don't know, it's like 6 to 8 inches off of my body at all times, right? It's my aura, I feel it. And when I walk into the trees, I can feel the nature spirits in that space, right? When I walk into certain spaces, I can feel people's inauthenticity. I do. I really do. I really start feeling and thinking what that person is feeling and thinking. Inner monologues, please, please. I know exactly what you're saying to yourself in your head. I'm sorry. But it's like watching something like that, and even watching, she's got a series on YouTube where she's trying to be like, oh, it's all editing, I'm not really like that. And you can just see, like when I watch her speak, I see wheels turning. I see how she's calculating, you know, those those little TikToks that are like that, calculating, how can I save my ass? Sorry. I'm not being very unbiased about this, but I am letting you know, why do I think the way I think, and where can you find that information yourself? Okay, look at this. I see the truth. I see something here. I'm using my eyes and ears, and there's just something that's not right about this. And that's why she gets to proceed. There are people who will literally never pursue spirituality again because of the way that toxic spirituality has affected them. In other words, they're on this path to exit the matrix, and they just like, they're ambushed. They're just right there. They're not going any farther. This bitch, she figured it out. She used her eyes and ears. She was discerning. She's moving forward with grace. Okay? It's like she's been given these adornments because she saw the truth. Now, these adornments are spiritual. They're energetic. You guys, I'm not going to lie to you. That little white thing feels like the energy body that I'm talking to you about. I didn't always have like just this 8 extra inches of sensory ability surrounding my body. Maybe I saw something. You know what I mean? She's got these things around her head. I feel like this is clairaudience. I do. I really do. I feel like this is clairaudience, clairvoyance. This is the discernment that this person showed that allowed them to make it through this particular point on the journey. Unlocked spiritual gifts. Okay? Here's the butterflies. Did I talk about that? I don't remember if I talked about the butterflies and why I have 8 dead butterflies in a jar on my altar. But I guess it's neither here nor there. Okay? Gratitude. And look at this. That pink peony is about self-love. In this, she's wearing it. She's like, this, the thing that I'm doing in this very moment, this is an act of self-love. This is what I am embodying. And here, it's like, she can be her most authentic self because she's always got that self-love, right? Look at this. This is the development. This is the spiritual development. Once you get past this point, keep your eyes and ears open, babes, because once you get past that point, you step into abilities you didn't know you had. This crown chakra, this is an expansion of the energy body. These wings, and they start off as moth wings, but if you look at her very carefully in this next card, she's got bird wings. She starts with just these little like adornments around her ears, like these are her quote unquote wings, okay? And then now they're growing, and now they're like even like they wrap around her. This is the progression to the point where you literally can sit and talk to your guides. Like, here they are. There are always times that we maybe feel a little bit of a disconnect. This is where I'm at right now. I'm gonna let you know. Sometimes if I'm not talking to you guys, because I got 3 different collectives that I'm having a conversation with today. Yeah. Well, that's a really pretty story. Thank you for telling us. Thank you for telling us. Sorry, you guys. Sorry to go off on the Teal Swan thing, but for real. All right, Spirit, is there any final message or thing to be avoided? Look at that, babies. forgiveness. Forgiveness. You know what? You know what? Forgive yourself for any point in the past. That fucker. That motherfucker. Be in my room all day long. Sorry, I'll sleep later. That's a mosquito. He's so big. What was I talking about? Forgiveness. Forgiving yourself, but also, like, there's so many birds. Forgiving others. Like, if you feel like you were on this spiritual path and somebody bailed, forgive them. If you feel like there's somebody who was in the matrix and you wanted them to come out, forgive them. If you're not proud of the ways that you acted when you were in the matrix, forgive yourself. This is really beautiful, you guys. This is really, 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 really beautiful. Okay. We got scriber writer again. Scriber writer again. And the arts, I understand. I said, I'm not going to, okay, I'm just going to say it, what just came in. I think she's done spell work. It's not my business. I'm not trying to do a reading on Teal Swan. But she's, this is called the arts, right? And you know it means like the occult arts. Maybe I'll do another reading on her sometime, but I really don't want to be that like gossipy tarot reader. It's healthy. It's like, this is, if you watch the documentary, you'll understand that it's serious. The way that she can affect people's lives. Okay. It's because she presents herself like, this is how you want a spiritual teacher to look. This is how, when people are like, oh, I'm going on the spiritual path, I'm going to find like higher truths. It's almost like they're looking for a demagogue, right? They're like, oh, yes. And they're showing people like falling at the feet, like, tell me the truth, yay. But you know where the truth really comes from? Birds, not birds. These are your spirit guides. From when you go within and you have those conversations in here is where the truth comes from. Okay? I literally just heard, I need to go. That's okay. I need to go too. Thank you so much. Do you want to tell us anything more about? Okay. I don't know who this is coming through. I trust it. It's a very good energy. But I don't know if I've received messages from this source before. I like it. It's been fun. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Healing, chaos, and truth. Healing, chaos, and truth. Some kind of truth is going to come out. And it might be about one person. It might be about several people. Somebody besides her. I think there's somebody very trusted in the spiritual community who's just, like, there's going to be some sort of exposure coming through. I'm going to be real with you. Let's just say it. One of the reasons why I have such an immense trust in the resources provided by Lisa Royal Hull is if you look at her, she's not chasing fame and fortune. She's really helping people. I think. She's putting information out there and then letting them decide what to do with it. You watch this documentary, there's this part where Teal Swan is like, how do I force people to submit to my healing? And I'm just like, yo, not me. Truths will come out. Some of you guys will have to accept a truth about a previous part of your journey that you're not very proud of. You're like, I was wrong. Like, I was watching this TikTok today. This girl was like, I thought I was doing the right thing for like 10 years. Turns out I was in a cult, right? There's gonna be a truth that's come out. It's going to bring healing, chaos. New beginnings is here. New beginnings is here. That's different decks. And it just, I really do think it has something to do with what happens at, like, what's happening in this card. Okay? This could be like a whistleblower, right? Just there's this point where, like, it's this funnel, right? Where all these people, they're just like walking, here we are, getting out of the matrix, and then they're just ambushed, right? I don't know, you guys. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you guys so much for being here today. If you are interested in a personal reading, I think you know where to find that information. It's all right down there in the description box below. And I'll see you guys again soon. Take care.